Right, Coach, NCHC play continues this weekend with a trip to North Dakota, a team that's kind of rolling along with a lot of new pieces. I guess what's on tap for the preparation for going to a tough building up in Grand Forks?
Well, the same stuff that we always focus on, the details of the game, and trying to get better in every aspect of our game and our approach, and making sure that we're ready to play our best on Friday.
What will need to happen this weekend for you to see both the offensive production and the tight defense that has won you games in the past?
Well, again, I think when you go and play a quality opponent and top opponent like North Dakota, you got to make sure that you're keeping things, um, to your strengths and making sure you manage the puck well, you're playing good team defense, and you're competing hard and really staying disciplined in the details of the game. To me, that's probably the biggest thing that we have to continue to get better at. And um, you know, they're a very very good hockey team that plays hard and well coached. So you have to do everything right, and you got to make sure that your focus on the details is very good.
You mentioned discipline, and you want to avoid taking penalties, but how could the penalty kill be used to gain momentum for your team?
Well, you can't take consecutive penalties, the way we did Saturday night. That means certain guys are not getting on the ice, certain guys are playing too much, and then when those penalties occur with guys that usually are on your penalty kill, that's even worse. So we just got to be a little bit smarter in our approach and the way we play and our stick positioning and things like that. Sometimes you're going to be in games like that for no reason, but Saturday was a reason. We probably did that to ourselves, and so you have to really focus on that. And then if you're not taking penalties consecutively and you're not getting yourself into trouble, then you want your special teams to gain some momentum for you, and that's the name of the game. And then everybody's in the game. But if you're taking 3 or 4 in a row, that really disrupts the flow of the game and focuses too much on certain guys, and you don't want that.
CC pushed back harder than UConn did. How will your team manage the pushback that North Dakota will definitely bring?
Well, this is our league, our conference, right? It's going to be a push. Who pushes harder every night? So I thought Friday we pushed hard, and Saturday CC pushed hard. But our conference is, you just look at the top to bottom. It's a tough conference. You have to be ready to play. You have to be ready to take punches. You have to be ready to give punches, and then when that's over, you got to be ready to do it again. So we're going to be focused on trying to play our best on Friday night and be ready to go.
Getting back on the discipline side of things with the penalties, how much of a fine line is it to try to find that spot where they keep the team playing aggressive and with that edge, but doing it smartly and not putting them into spots that can dig you into a hole and cost a game?
Well, I think the question you ask is a very good one. Taking smart penalties is the way to go, because when you're taking penalties out of an aggressive play, those are usually the ones that you can kill off because they're good penalties, if there's such a thing. The penalties you take out of undisciplined or reaching or hooking or tripping in the offensive zone, undisciplined penalties where somebody, maybe does something to you that you don't like and you retaliate, those are the penalties that hurt you. So the fine line is you take penalties out of good, strong hockey, playing the right way, and you don't take penalties that are ill-advised or undisciplined.
Early impressions of North Dakota so far this year. I know a team you've gotten familiar with as this league is formed, but early impressions of this year's squad.
North Dakota is North Dakota. They play hard. They have 4 lines that roll, and they've got skill, and they've got defense core that is big and strong and can skate, and great goaltending. So combine that with a great coaching staff, and you got yourself a pretty good mix there. So nothing's changed in our view in terms of them. You got to go and play your best, and it's going to be a great atmosphere, and we're looking forward to it. It's really going to tell you where we're at as a program and as a team for the next few months.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
All right, Louis. Obviously, any weekend in this league is big, but going to North Dakota, a place with a lot of history and a pretty big atmosphere that you've been to a few times. What's the mindset going into this one to try to pick up some more crucial league points?
North Dakota's a fun place to play. Luckily for me, I've had to play there for 4 years in a row now. It's fun. It's a tough atmosphere to be in, but when you play your game and you take it to them in their own building, it's even better. So I think that's the mindset we're looking to have going into it.
How do you think your style of game will compare with North Dakota's?
That's a good question. They're just like us. They're up and down. They're fast. They're hard to play against. It's going to be, what Coach said in our pre-practice meeting today, it's going to be a war both nights. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. It'll be a good test for us, and hopefully we come out on top both nights.
And what little things from this weekend do you want to fix going into this coming weekend?
Undisciplined penalties, myself included, that's something we got to get away from. Just the details of the game, not cheating on the offensive side, stopping on pucks, little things like that, and just sticking to the game plan, really. Like, we know what works, and it's when you get away from that you start to get yourself into bad situations, and if you can limit that as much as possible, then you usually end up doing all right in the end.
Puck management obviously always comes up as a big key in any game, in any series. How do you feel that game part of the game has kind of progressed from the blue line out this first month and change?
I think we've been pretty good with it, honestly. I think obviously we have our nights where there's some guys that are just throwing the puck around, but that happens. That happens to every team. In our league and in the leagues above us, stuff like that. It's really a mentality thing. I think you get guys on the same page and it works. You put pucks in areas that your guys are going to win races to, and even just where they'll be at, like little things like that. It's when one guy kind of gets on his own page that puck possession, puck management game doesn't necessarily work in your favor. Then you find yourself turning the puck over a lot more than you should necessarily. And if we can just limit that and just stick to the game plan and what the coaches are telling us to do, we'll be more than okay.
Thanks, Louis.
Thank you.